What is going on, everyone? Welcome to our Sunday, July 7th edition of our live stream. Going to get into some MLB games. Obviously, we have Wimbledon this past week and leading up into the early week. Been betting on that, been doing pretty successful. So, going to share my knowledge of what I've been taking, what I like for today at least. And then, obviously, we have NBA free agency, and that's where we're going to get started. It started out on Monday. We saw a couple of the big fish land. Obviously, Paul George to the Sixers. They go out and build that big three with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, who also got secured on a 5-year, I think it was, deal. Don't have that one in my notes here, but they re-signed Maxey. They bring in a piece like Paul George. I know things didn't work with this Clippers team. They had a lot of injuries between him and Kawhi. It was similar to that Brooklyn team with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. When they played together, they were great. I mean, not great. They didn't win a title, but they were obviously, their numbers when they were together were a hell of a lot different than when one of them was out of the game or both. This Clippers team didn't get much of Kawhi and Paul George on the floor at once. Obviously, they bring back, the Clippers are focused on bringing back Harden on a 2-year, $70 million deal. I'm big on this Sixers team. I think this Embiid, George, Maxey trio is a really nice addition. Sixers move on from a terrible contract like Tobias Harris. Let him go sign another one in Detroit. Let him be their problem. I think the Sixers are building something here, and I think if they're in a good position, they could be a buyer to deadline for a serious, a really good shooter. I think Maxey, if he's having a good year, obviously you'd like to go get someone else. I'm not big on the addition of Eric Gordon. I think that if they're in contention, maybe at the deadline, they go get a true piece to plug into that starting lineup. But I like what this Sixers team is doing. Mackey's New York Knicks, obviously trying to contend in the East. Everyone in the East is adding. We had the Knicks sign OG Anunoby to a $212 million deal over 5 years. Obviously, we saw them get Mikal Bridges, the Villanova Knicks. Everyone's been saying that over the past couple of weeks. Pascal Siakam to the Pacers, another Eastern Conference team. Well, re-signing with the Pacers, 4 years, $190 million. He was the big addition at the trade deadline for them, helped get them to that Eastern Conference Finals against Boston. Couple other big ones. Emmanuel Quickley, 5 years, $175 million. Malik Monk, 4 years, $78 million to stay in Sacramento. Like I said, James Harden, 2 years, $70 million. The two-time NBA Finals champion, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, is heading to the Orlando Magic on a 3-year, $66 million deal. Obi Toppin staying with the Pacers on a 4-year, $60 million deal. A couple other big ones, a little bit less money down the line. Kelly Oubre staying in Philly. I like that as a role player for them. Like I said, the addition of Eric Gordon. And the one that I like is Chris Paul to the Spurs. I'm big on Victor Wembanyama. I'm excited to watch him this year. I keep watching the highlights of him training over in France for the Olympics. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out there, but I'm excited for him to get a true veteran like Chris Paul with a coach like Greg Popovich. I think that's a very, very good situation for Wemby. They draft a guy like Stephon Castle. I would have loved them to keep Rob Dillingham, but I'm also a Timberwolves guy, so he's still on one of my teams. I love this Spurs team and what they're doing. I don't think they're going to win this year, or really, they could make the playoffs. You know, Wemby could go out and be an MVP caliber player. I think he's going to be in that conversation for Defensive Player of the Year for the next 5 years, if not, probably take home a couple, if not next year, as early as next year. Coming off a rookie year, he wins Rookie of the Year. Obviously, the hype he lived up to. I'm excited to watch this San Antonio Spurs team. Last night, we saw DeMar DeRozan to the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings have a nice little potential starting lineup with De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan now at the 3, Keegan Murray, and then Domantas Sabonis. That's a nice starting 5 there. The Kings have some depth. We saw them make the playoffs the past couple of years. I don't know about last year off the top of my head, but going up against that Warriors team, taking them to 7 games, that was obviously a pretty good first round series. Let me see here. There was another trade. That's just them officially announcing the sign and trade for Klay Thompson to the Mavericks. Obviously, we saw that one as well. But obviously, like I said, that's going to do mostly it for the NBA portion. As the offseason moves on, there's still a couple of big names out there. We'll see some teams add. Lakers got Bronny James. We saw his summer league debut last night. Wasn't much to talk about. 21 minutes, 4 points. Obviously, we saw the video of LeBron saying, "Oh, that's tough," to his first bucket, but little did he know he was only going to get one more after that in 21 minutes of playing time. But Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for this Lakers team. I don't love the position they're in with the LeBron has a stranglehold on the team and just kind of doing whatever he wants, but we'll see how it works out for them. A couple of the matches already getting started. Men's Wimbledon, the one that I did like was Alcaraz. He's up 1-0 right now. I'm currently live minus 1,800. He was minus 800 before. That would have been a nice parlay piece. The one guy that I've been riding that has a big match today, actually starting right now, is Ben Shelton versus Yannick Sinner. Shelton, I'm 4-0 in Wimbledon bets this year. I've taken a bunch of two-leg little parlays, and Shelton I took straight yesterday. That match actually just got started. I saw it. Yeah, the odds just moved up. Shelton's plus 1250 in that matchup. I'm a big fan of his. I might have to sprinkle it just from a fan perspective, but going up against the 1 seed, I think Shelton will fare better in the doubles format with McDonald there. But as far as who's going to win it all, I like Coco Gauff on the women's side, or for today as well. I forget what time she plays. It's showing me all separate men's and women's, which is very annoying. Yeah, it should just be by time. That's how it was when I was looking at it earlier, which is very annoying. But yeah, so stay tuned. I might have to get a couple plays out there. Obviously, this is over in London, so it starts out a little earlier. Most of the matches are getting started right now. I did not end up actually taking anything yet today. I will post anything that I do take there. But obviously, same with the MLB, where we're going to get into right now. The Sunday slate, we're going to start out with the Mets at the Pirates. A 1-1 series right now. This is a 4-game series. They have a 12:30 game tomorrow. Today on the mound, it is, I believe, Bailey Falter. Let me see. Or Luis Ortiz today. Falter was yesterday. Luis Ortiz going up against Manea for the Mets. Mets are a minus 135 favorite, so this is a bullpen game for the Pirates. Pirates obviously didn't look too good last night, but Friday night, 7 home runs. They ran out of fireworks. The 2 grand slams. That was a crazy performance by the Pirates at home. With Skeens on the mound, Skeens moves to 5-0. I'm a big fan of what this Pirates team is doing. I look to them today to at least lose or even up this series at 2-1. Meaning like they could lose tomorrow and at worst they even this or they tie the series, but. Keller going tomorrow. This is a nice little spot for the Pirates, I think. The bats weren't going necessarily yesterday. A lot of runners left in scoring position. Look for the Pirates to get a win today. Plus 115 on the money line. Shop that around. I'm sure you can find it a little bit better there. But yeah, I do like those Pirates. I think they'll either get this series to a 2-1 with a game 4 tomorrow at 12:30 with a day game on a Monday. Gotta love that. Let me see what we're going to get into for our second game here. We have the new San Francisco Giants. I almost said the New York Giants. San Francisco Giants at the Cleveland Guardians. Carrasco going for Cleveland. Cleveland is also a minus 135 favorite, plus 115 for the Giants here. Over under at 9. I usually take the Guardians when Carrasco's on the mound. I know he's not like one of their aces, but you usually get a good price on a very good team when he's on the mound. They're going up against I don't even know this guy's name, Birdsong for San Francisco. I look at the Guardians to put up some runs today. I think they won yesterday because I bet on game 1 of this series. I took the Guardians on the money line in a parlay. It did not hit. I believe they did win yesterday. Let me check. Yeah, 5-4 they won yesterday. Maybe avoid the run line here. I like the Guardians on the money line. Get a home team on a winner. The next game we are going to get into is the Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Diego Padres. This has been an interesting series. We saw the crazy 9th inning on Friday night. I posted that on our social media. If you haven't seen that, make sure you go check that out. Available, on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to check it out at hitthebook.pod. But the crazy 9th inning, the Diamondbacks, they were down like 7-2. They hit a grand slam. They get another run scored. They tie the game. They take a lead in the 9th inning. Padres come back. Machado hits a walk-off. It was an insane 9th inning. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But this series is now 1-1 as the Diamondbacks won last night in extras. Dylan Cease going up against Nelson today for the Diamondbacks. I like Cease at home, minus 155 or minus 1.5 on that run line, plus 125. It's a very good price for this team. Coming to win the series today. Over under is at 8. I lean on the over. I will not be betting that, but I like the Padres -1.5 here. I think they get the run support that they need. I'm not big on this Diamondbacks team. I know they're going to win last night in San Diego. Not big on them, but I look at the Padres to get a big win here today and win this series. So the next game we got is the Milwaukee Brewers going up against the LA Dodgers out in LA. I believe it's also game 3 of this series. Dodgers are -165 on the money line with the Brewers at +140. This is Dallas Keuchel versus Robleski for the Dodgers. Unfamiliar with this pitcher for the Dodgers, but obviously Dallas Keuchel, he's been around this league. And like I said, Dodgers are the favorite at the -1.5 on the run line. Is +115. The Brewers on the run line +1.5 is -140 with the over-under at 9.5. I just want to fact check myself that the Brewers lost both games this series. Let's see. Yeah, yesterday they lost 5-3, and I believe Friday they lost as well. Let's see. Friday, Dodgers. Yes, they did lose. Okay, so they've lost 8-5 and 5-3 in this series. So, Keuchel on the mound today. Look for the Brewers maybe to steal one here. Brewers going home on Tuesday. They'd like to get a win here. Don't want to get swept out there in LA. Obviously, losing their last game against Colorado. So Brewers on a little 3-game skid here. I like them to get out of it today. I think they get the pitching they need from Keuchel. I think the bats come to play. This Milwaukee team is good. I don't think they get swept, even by a very good LA Dodgers team. I think this Milwaukee Brewers team is one of the better teams in baseball. Not top 5 necessarily, but they're definitely up there flirting that top 5. Right at that border with obviously the Yankees skidding. I think the Brewers could possibly sneak in there this week in our power rankings. But a tough situation losing 3 straight games if you want to get in there. And then I believe our last game that we're going to really dive into here is going to be Sunday Night Baseball. It is the Boston Red Sox at the New York Yankees, the classic matchup. Cutter Crawford versus Luis Gil for the Yankees. Yankees are -135 on the money line. Red Sox +115. Yankees -1.5 is +145 with a over/under at 8.5. I love the Yankees in this spot. Mackey and Ace were both on the Red Sox yesterday. All over this Yankees team sucks or whatever. I know not or Ace more than Mackey, but I think Mackey just liked that spot for the Yankees for the Red Sox going up against Cole yesterday, and he didn't look great to start. Red Sox had a lead. The bats came back. That's one of the best offensive teams in baseball. I know they have a lot of injuries right now. I'm going to take the Yankees here on the money line again, -135. I like the Yankees to pull out a win this series, especially in New York. They're not going to lose this series to Boston and New York. I like the Yankees to come out. Gil has been a stud all year long. I look for that to continue tonight at 7:10 on ESPN for Sunday Night Baseball. A couple other good pitching matchups we have. Jose Barrios and the Blue Jays going up against the Seattle Mariners and George Kirby. The Mariners, a -155 favorite. Barrios and the Blue Jays at +125 on the money line. Over-under at 7.5 there. I lean on the Mariners. Let's see what the other games are. Orioles Athletics out there in Oakland. Oakland trounced the Baltimore Orioles yesterday. Obviously, they come in today at +150 at home. I look at the Orioles to get back there. Rays Rangers. This has been a nice little series here with Little versus Eovaldi. That's a nice pitching matchup there. Yesterday, I cashed big on the LA Angels at +130 out there in Wrigley. So I like I kind of like the Angels again here today, +120. I might have to ride with the Halos again. I like them in this spot. I think they win this series. A 220 game. But yeah, some of these games are obviously it's Sunday, so we have the day baseball. Arrighetti and the Astros at Woods Richardson and the Twins. Twins are a -130 favorite. This has been a good series as well. Don't really have an opinion on that one. Tariq Skubal for the Tigers going up against Ashcraft for the Reds. Anytime Skubal's on the mound, you got to look at thinking about the Tigers. I know that's a public opinion, but he is one of the best guys going right now, an AL Cy Young candidate. So I like that. Definitely going to get some plays out here today. Like I said, the plays that I liked in our featured games were the Pirates to get a win at +115. The Guardians to win at -135. Let's see what was the next game. Diamondbacks -1.5 at +125. The Brewers money line at +140. and the New York Yankees money line at minus 135. Those are the 5 games that I like, or not necessarily betting, but looking at for the sake of conversation here. Like I said, we'll get some official plays out there. I do love this Angels game again. Probably going to take the Angels on the money line. I'm not big on this Cubs team as well. Cubs and Diamondbacks are 2 teams. You get great numbers fading them because the public just loves those 2 teams. Obviously, Diamondbacks coming off of a World Series spot last year. And the Cubs, just everyone loves the Cubs, so I love betting against the Cubs being a Pirates fan. But, yeah, we got a nice little slate today. Get hitting 10 a.m. here. Going to go watch some tennis. Got a couple matches getting started here. But like I said, if you're looking for a live little sweat here, sprinkle Ben Shelton. Let's see what he's sitting at right now. As that match started about 10 minutes ago, if I can get it pulled up here. Let's see. Damn, I wish I took Alcaraz. That would have been a good pick. Let's see. Oh, it got pushed back. All right, he's now plus 800, so something happened. I might take that for a little, maybe 15 on, little 15 bones on Shelton, Ben Shelton in the matchup today. Let's see, is it 15 pays 135. I might be doing that. I like that spot for him, but obviously more of a value play. Make sure you're staying tuned to our social media. Going to get some plays out there. Instagram at HitTheBookStopPod. Make sure you're checking it out on Twitter /X as well. Going to get some plays out there with whatever we agree on. Day baseball, so try to get them out there by noon for you. If you cannot tell, I am going golfing. Going to go enjoy my Sunday as well. Got a good slate of sports. Other than that, thanks for listening. We will see you guys on Thursday for the podcast. Got a great slate of sports leading up to this week. Got the MLB All-Star Weekend right around the corner. We just had the starting lineups announced. Obviously, we have the Home Run Derby lineup getting announced soon as well. A lot of good stuff going for the Midsummer Classic. A lot of good sports coming with the Olympics. Thanks for listening. We will see you guys on Thursday for the podcast. Thank you.